He was maybe just a little bit different, this child named Thomas. He loved to spin in wobbly circles for hours while reciting the alphabet. Every morning he would interview his pet goat Greta about her diet. Did she eat enough grass and weeds and wildflowers the day before? Did she find the mushed carrots and beets delectable? Might she want another taste of his little sister's socks? And after lunch, he would line up all of his blocks, one after another, along the floor. They would stretch from his room, down the hallway, through the family room, out the back door, and down the steps, across the patio, and finally they would run out when he reached the garden path that led to his favorite bench in the back. One Sunday, after returning from church, Thomas was being his typical, unusual self, chattering and wandering through the yard and in and out of the house. He even made a trip to the chicken coop. But when he showed up for dinner with a suitcase in hand, well, that was new. Up popped little invisible question marks over everyone's heads. Over Ava's head, over Mama's head, over Daddy's head, over Charlotte's head. There was even a question mark right above Sparky's head. "Where are you off to?" Mama asked. "To the kingdom of heaven," Thomas said very matter-of-factly. There was a nice, long pause. "You know how to get there?" little Ava finally asked. "Well, I've been making a list for a good long time," Thomas said, "and I think I finally know everything I need to bring. So I'm going," he said firmly. "Come and show us what you've packed," said his daddy, "because if you're going, I'm coming too." Thomas tugged his suitcase over to the big round table. Dishes were pushed aside, glasses were placed on the counter, and the big pot of spaghetti went back onto the stove. He clicked open the locks and pulled the lid wide for everyone to see. On top was a crumpled list. "See, I got applesauce and a spoon to feed the hungry. And I got an extra jacket to give clothes to a kid with nothing to wear. And I've been saving all of my chore money for 3 months. And there's $7.37 saved up, which is more than a lot. And I'm going to give it to someone who needs something." Thomas shook the coin purse and grinned. "And here's a platter, so I can be a good servant. Serve food or bring folks things when they're sick. And I've got my little book that's full of prayers, so I can pray for the whole wide world. And I had to look hard to find this, Mama. It's a mustard seed. I'm bringing this along to plant when I get there. It grows into a gigantic bush that's full of faith. And I brought some tape, because sometimes I just talk too much and it's important to listen. I wrote that here." Everyone looked at the list, then they looked at each other and smiled. Thomas was a bit of a talker. "And I've got this old tablecloth, Mama. I hope you don't mind. It's for entertaining angels. You never know when you might need to get them a drink or sit with them or something. And I've got a bar of soap so I'm clean, and a hammer to build things with, like a boat. And Charlotte gave me this pearl a long while ago. She said she didn't need it. It's in case I meet that merchant." Daddy reached into the suitcase and pulled out a trowel. "Oh, that's to dig up the hidden treasure. I'm sure there'll be some along the way." There was another long pause. Daddy looked at Mama, and Thomas looked at Ava. Ava looked at Daddy, and Charlotte looked at the suitcase, and Mama looked at her hands. Mama looked at her hands for a good long time, and then Sparky barked, and everyone laughed. And Thomas asked, "So, can I go now?" Daddy got up from the table while Mama helped Thomas place the things back in the suitcase and close it. I just can't think of a reason why we shouldn't all pack, he said with a grin. Thomas, whether you know it or not, you are smack dab already in the kingdom of heaven. Really? Thomas looked amazed. Yep, your good and giving heart shows that you have already walked through that gate. So I don't need all this? Thomas asked, looking puzzled. Even though you may be there, Thomas, lots of people have never heard of this place, and they don't know how to take such an amazing journey. So I think we should leave this pot of spaghetti for later. Mama nodded, went into the kitchen, and turned off the burner under the pot. And we should head out right now. To do what? Charlotte asked. To tell the others, Ava said excitedly. And that's exactly what they did.